Welcome to part 3 of this Honda dirt race car build. Parts 1 and 2 of this project were fiberglass tutorials where I replaced the damaged front of this Prelude with a fiberglass flip up front end of a DC2, which I preferred. Because as always this is a no budget build and a basic entry-level motorsport car, I'll leave the engine stock. Although I prefer to do that on most of my race cars anyway, saves expense, but it also gives you factory reliability. However, the engine in this car is a really great one. It's a 2.2 litre double overhead cam VTEC on both the intake and the exhaust, unlike most modern so-called VTEC cars. It makes great torque, and I know from experience that torque, even more than horsepower, is what makes winners on the dirt. So the way that I'll increase the speed of this car on the track is to lighten it. The enemy of this car is weight. Because it's a slightly later model car than my Civic, it's got all the extra side protection and airbags and thick heavy seats with electric motors in it, all that stuff that adds up to a lot of weight. So I'm going to strip the guts out of this car now, and that will boost the power to weight ratio and make the thing hopefully go like a rocket. Got the Prelude stripped out pretty much to the point that I think I'll leave it for racing. Got both seats out so that I can remove the carpets. I only found, oh that's a $2 coin. Couple of bucks in change under the seats. Always good. That'll be great for the budget. Back seats are gone, obviously. I might put a piece of sheet metal across the back there just to keep some of the dirt and noise from the back out. But this is pretty much the state the car will be in as I race it. I'm going to leave the dashboard in. I'm going to get the airbags out, but I think I'll leave that dashboard in and the heater and fan unit. I must be getting old, but I just can't be bothered ripping all that out like I have done in my past cars. I'm stripping out the Prelude, and I find this electrical gizmo on a factory mount tucked in behind the rear seat just inside the boot. I've never seen one of these before. I haven't got a clue what it is, but luckily I've just joined Prelude Australia's Facebook page, so I put a picture of it on there and asked the guys to tell me what it is. My son thought it might have been a sensor to do with the airbags, but no, that's not what it is. My favourite answer on the Prelude Australia page was the guy who said it's obviously a flux capacitor. Problem solved. But what it really is part of Honda's active torque transfer system, a traction control system that Honda built into 5th generation Preludes. Only 5% of this model Prelude worldwide had this Honda active torque transfer system. They had different springs, stiffer shocks and thicker sway bars. Through a series of clutches, the ATTS unit sends torque to the wheel that needs power to control traction. Honda described this as torque vectoring, and although the system was discontinued with this model of Prelude, it resurfaced again in the Honda NSX, so it obviously was a good system for traction control. So it turns out this is a yaw rate sensor, which is one of the electronic units that senses how the car is handling and adjusts the delivery of power through the front wheels accordingly for maximum traction. I can't wait to try it on the dirt. got the car up on ramps because I'm going to get underneath it and rip most of the factory exhaust off so the car will breathe better and make a bit more noise. To make my no-budget race exhaust system, I've taken the standard Honda exhaust system off this car, thrown away the Honda muffler, definitely thrown away the catalytic converter. I've just kept this resonator, which is a straight through, and I've got exactly the sound that I want. Nice free-flowing system. And of course I've got my all-purpose rally chain mount on the end. Let's see what she sounds like. Now that I've got my fiberglass front end made, I'm going to remove that factory steel boot lid, mould it and reproduce it in fiberglass, and put an outrageous rear wing on it that I made for my off-road buggy that I've got moulds for. It's a wing that I copied off a Pikes Peak Peugeot race car. It's going to look insane on this car.